to the podcast where we blow up all the jokes. Detonate another bomb blast with every episode of Pop. Soda pop, pop, pop it, pop, 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 pop it, pop, pop. Only bombs. Only bombs.
It's your show. You do whatever you want.
All right.
You know?
I got on Kill Tony again. I don't know if you remembered that. If you knew that.
Oh.
I just got on.
Oh my God.
Like a month ago.
A month ago. I think I did see it because you got a big joke book. He said how much he loves you.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
And oh wait, I forgot what they're talking about. But I remember they were kind of like they're bringing up like the same shit. I think, weren't they?
Me being a cougar.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
You get that every time, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. I think so too.
How do you feel about that? Like when the whole cougar
Well,
thing?
it's flattering.
It's flattering.
I mean, I'm 55 years old, so that people think I'm still fuckable is, I guess, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I could look really old, so it's a compliment.
Yeah. I
mean, do look old, but fuckable old. So.
No, you look better than most 55-year-olds, to be honest with you. Like seriously, like
it is weird when you get in your 50s. You look at other 50-year-olds, and it's like, do I look like that?
Yeah.
I went back to my hometown, and someone from my high school was like, "Hey, Kimberly," and I'm like, "Who in the hell is that old guy?" And then I realized he was someone really cool from high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, didn't recognize him at all.
Oh, I'm just now getting into that, because I turned 41.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just now starting to see that because I'll see people and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like this dude's got to be like 50, something like that. And then they're like, oh no, I'm 40 years old. And I'm like, do I look like that?
Yeah, I think everyone past like the age of 38, you can't tell anyone's age.
No.
Because some people look really good and some people do not.
No.
Starts to catch up with you.
Yeah, there was something else. I forgot. Like I said, my little slate gets like wiped clean. But there was something else I think my sister and I were talking about. And there was somebody that they were referring to that was like, oh, I think they just passed away and they were like 51.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, they were so old. And I was like, asshole, that's like 10 years older than I am. Like, that's not that old.
Yeah. I remember in high school, one of our classmates died in a car accident, and we were all sitting around after the funeral, and one of my friends was like, oh my God, that's so young. 17 is so young. 30 is even young. And I remember at the time thinking, well, is it though?
Right. Yeah.
But of course, 30 is young.
Yeah, now you're kind of like, I mean, I look back at it and I'm like, even people who are in their early 30s,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, they're young.
Yeah.
They're young. Because I think what it is too is a lot of the life experience that you get. And when you start actually like learning about life.
Yeah.
It's I think, you go through like your 20s and you're sort of figuring yourself out. You're not really thinking about life.
Right.
In general. And then you get older and you start thinking about life.
Right. Yeah. What I have sons in their 20s, and I feel like Gen Z though is so much more savvy than I ever was in my 20s. And it's because of technology.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I didn't know what a narcissist was until I was like 40, and my son and I talk about the characteristics of narcissism and, all these things that they can research.
Yeah.
I had encyclopedias.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the Britannica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always missing volumes though.
Yeah. And 3 channels. I didn't know anything back then.
Yeah. I kind of grew up the same way. Only had just, I don't know. I think there was like 4 channels that I watched, and one of them being like Comedy Central from like way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, but nowadays they're even on my Samsung and TV, there's thousands of channels that they just give you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can you even, I don't even watch it.
Yeah.
Because how can you even discover anything?
Yeah.
It's
too many choices.
Yeah. But you're right about Gen Z about that.
Yeah.
They have everything at their fingertips.
Yeah. I love that generation.
Yeah.
I love Gen Zs.
Yeah.
They're I don't know.
Aside from the tech savviness, is there like another kind of...
I don't know. They're just kind. They're really kind people.
Yeah.
When I when I first moved here, I worked in a salon, and my two best friends, my two best coworkers were 21 and 23. And we would just sit and have conversations all the time. And, it was like, I don't know, they were just so fun to bullshit with.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then, you're a millennial, so I won't talk too badly about you. But millennials and boomers are very similar to each other. I feel like maybe they take things more seriously. I don't know. But then you have Gen X and Gen Z, and we're just, in my opinion, kind of just bullshitters. I don't know.
Yeah, in an odd way, I still don't even know what the hell the millennial thing is. Like I have no like I'm learning the Gen Z because just because of conversations I have with people. A buddy of mine, Scott, and I, we were just talking about Gen Z, and we were talking about like how they're going to be like the next. I was like, can you imagine these guys like as like spec ops? Like Navy SEALs or some shit.
Yeah.
And then we just went off on this whole thing about like, they're going to be pulling up in helicopters with like lights and like lasers. It's going to be like bumping like a pink rope.
Yeah. Well, I have a theory, because my kids played the damn Xbox all the time. And it's like, I wonder if the government is training them to be soldiers because they're sitting in the room for hours killing people.
Yeah.
It's like they got really good at it.
Yeah, they get really good at it.
Yeah.
That was basically the wrap up of the story. Is like we said, some people think that, they're a bunch of pussies, but I'm like, watch them actually be like fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, watch them just straight like slay.
Yeah.
And like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like they're just submersed in all this like technology and violence, and it's just like given all at once.
I've heard what comes out of their mouths when they're in those rooms or whatever.
Yeah, it's bad.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad. It should be illegal.
Suck my ass, you cocksucking piece of shit. I have a joke about that. And in my joke, I say, and this actually happened, and my son and I laughed about this so hard the other night. When he was in middle school, he came downstairs and he was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because his friends were being really mean to him on the Xbox.
Oh, really?
Which is really embarrassing. But I went up there and put his headset on. And I'm like, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's being mean on the game. And I just hear, what the fuck? And in my joke, I talk about being a cool mom, which obviously that's not a cool, but but
I love it though.
My son is like, God, I was such a chud.
I'm such a chud. Oh man, I love that. Chud.
I know. Yeah.
You're savvy with all the terms now.
I am. Yeah. Well, that's because I work with those 20-year-old girls. They told me all the,
So you're like getting in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, so when you were their age, how did you look at older people?
Oh, I hated them. I was scared of old people.
Right?
Yeah. Because I thought they were going to go off on me at any moment,
Yeah, they probably would have.
They probably would have. Yeah.
That's because it was a different generation.
It was. Those would have been the greatest generation? The war people.
Right. Yeah. My uncle, one of my great uncles, he used to like I used to always get like the hairs in the back of my head standing up because he would just walk by and just slap me in the back of the head for no fucking reason at all. But every time he came by, I was like, oh, just waiting for it. And it never happened,
Yeah. They were the generation that would just straight up go, well, that's a stupid question. What are you, stupid? They were mean.
They were mean.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't explain nothing to you.
No.
Because they would just be like, you need to learn it yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what I don't know, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, that made us even dumber. We didn't have well, they probably didn't know either. They had that's probably why they didn't explain anything.
Yeah, that's the cold hard truth. They had no fucking clue.
No.
Yeah, but nowadays if I just randomly slap somebody in the back of the head, it's like jail. Just fucking jail.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. They were like, you abuse children, you're going to jail. You
can't even threaten anyone anymore.
No, you can't even I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, dude. Yeah, you can't say shit. You can't do anything. You can't move,
You gotta be careful. Be careful these days.
Yeah, this new generation, like this, like I guess like the brand new people, because I'm right there. this new generation of comedians and everything, and and I'm one of them. I've only been in it like 3 years now. Like,
Yeah, but you're not a newbie anymore.
no, there is like kind of like an evolution,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice the evolution.
Mhm.
And from talking with a lot of the other comedians who have been in for like a year,
Yeah.
things like that,
Yeah.
I kind of find myself telling them like, "Oh yeah, I remember when I used to do that,"
Yep.
and it's kind of like growing up,
Yeah.
like there's an evolution to it.
Yeah.
But you always hear about these guys who drop everything, and they're living in their cars,
Oh, yeah.
and they're not like dreaming responsibly,
Mm.
and I know we kind of touch base on
Yeah.
the almost like the addiction
It
of
is an
comedy.
addiction. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done heroin, but I've heard it's a lot like heroin because when you get that first big laugh,
Mhm.
like when you're in a great room and you get that serious, solid laugh and the adrenaline hits your body, you chase that.
Yeah.
And then you want an even bigger laugh next time.
Yeah.
And, you just want that high and you just chase after it and you'll do anything to get it. You'll drive 3 hours for 10 minutes
Yeah.
at the time. And then on the other side of it, when you get the bomb, you want to kill yourself. So,
And bombs.
yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's the truth though. It is the truth. I'm fortunate enough to have I was filming my first big laugh.
Mm.
And so I got like to see like the look on my face, and you could see
Yeah.
like the pure shock of like I was like what the you guys can do that? Do you remember your first big
Um,
laugh?
Actually, I do. Like that I was on stage at Comedy Works in Denver, which is an
Mhm.
amazing room. And this was like new talent sign up. But and I have it too. It's on my Instagram and like yeah, the big laugh and then I stop and I go, "Thank you."
I feel that. I totally feel that.
And I didn't even walk to my car. I just like floated. My feet did not touch the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Because I'm pretty sure that night, because it was, this is back when, they had Dogwood. I don't know if you ever went to Dogwood. Just a little bar, but I used to love the mic that they did, and it was right around the corner from, Tiniest.
Oh, okay.
So you could sign up at Tiniest, and
Mhm.
you were gonna be a while, so you can go do Dogwood and come back for your set in Tiniest. And it was like Thursdays, and that's what I used to do.
Nice.
And so it was a typical thing, signed up at Tiniest, went over to Dogwood, and
Mhm.
I just said my joke, and then people laughed, and I was like, "Whoa,"
Yeah.
And then I go to Tiniest,
Mhm.
and no one laughed.
Yeah. See, it depends on the room,
It
the
depends
crowd.
It depends on
Yeah.
the room, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about people who are, like, you know, changing or rearranging their lives
Ah,
around it?
I remember when I first started comedy, an older comedian said, "Comedy will ruin your life."
Mhm.
And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It's like, "Oh god, the things I've sacrificed in order to be a comedian,
Mhm.
just moving from Colorado to Austin and, closing my business and,
Yeah.
it's not I've cried more in the last year and a half from like, my uncomfortable living situation than I
Mhm.
have, being a single mom for 16 years. It's like
Wow.
it's not easy.
And so that uncomfortable living
Mhm.
situation is all centered around comedy?
Well, I think back, like, if I didn't do comedy, I would have never moved to Austin.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have had that addiction for it. I would have just found a good job and
Mhm.
probably got married to some guy and,
Yeah.
I'd be baking casseroles right now somewhere and
Yeah. It's a
but,
different life,
yeah,
you
it is
know?
a different life, but it is worth it, I'm not complaining. It's that that time on the stage is worth all of that.
It really is. Yeah.
Mhm.
There is a thing about it, when you even when you just set foot off the stage,
Mhm.
you're already ready to go back up,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
despite even feeling drained,
Yeah.
you're wanting to go back up.
Yeah, it's like, "I wanna do that again." Yeah. But that that person that has a set right before you,
Mhm.
I sit there really nervous, going, "Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I doing?" And then you get on the stage and it all goes away. But
Yeah. Yeah, so you have that, like, that
Mhm.
initial, like, that, "Oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit," like,
Yes.
right before me
Yeah.
too. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good to
Yeah.
know. Because you've been doing how long have you been doing it? I know you've been doing it a
5
while.
years.
5 years.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm not that far ahead of you.
yeah.
So,
Always a learning
yeah.
process.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they say laughter is the best medicine, I always think,
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's just like being a doctor. There's a practice,
Yes.
and it's a constant learning and things
It
like that.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, so what are some of, like, the biggest risks that you found, from moving everything around for comedy?
Mm. I realized that I don't like working and having a job anymore, but I really do need to have a job.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Mhm.
so yeah, I don't, well, so I'm a hairstylist. And, once you've gotten on a few big stage and you've gotten some great laughs, and then you go to work the next day,
Right.
and you walk in, it's like, why isn't everyone applauding that I just walked in the door?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
So
that,
so no one's at work has ever been like, "Oh, I saw you last night on, like, Kill Tony,"
no,
or anything? No?
yeah,
Oh,
no,
wow.
yeah. It's hard to be, treated like an employee and a servant
Yeah,
after you've had, people cheering for you.
sure.
It's like, so yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just my ego.
Well, yeah, I get it, but there is a certain level of ego because you put a lot of work
Mhm.
into it,
Yeah.
and that's where the ego, I think, comes from.
Yeah.
So, for me, what I do is, like, whenever I have a great set or
Mhm.
something, I'll call my brother or my mom or something like that. Who do you call? Like, who do you
My
dr
sons.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
love that, huh?
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to anyways. You know,
Yeah?
yeah.
What are your conversations like after a good set?
Um, hmm.
Do you just unload on them? Like,
I do.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
that's great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I always stop myself and I'm sorry. All I'd ever talk about with you is comedy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I
How's your girlfriend?
I do the same thing. I literally do the same thing. I'll be talking
Yeah.
for, like, 20 minutes just telling my mom about the podcast
Yeah.
or, just if I did a set, and I'll just tell
Mhm.
her about it, and then I'll be like, "Oh, wait, I'm sorry. How are you, mom?
Yep.
How are you doing? I love you very much. I'm sorry I didn't ask."
I said we're addicts.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about how's the lupus? Is the lupus going well?
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. But no, it's true. There is a level of addiction to comedy.
Mhm.
It's just something like almost I don't know if you feel the same way, but it's almost like a masochism in the way.
Oh, it is.
It's
Yeah.
because you are getting punished most of
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
yeah, and I don't know how many heckle mics and joke roast mics you've done, but
I've never done really any
you
of
haven't?
those. Mm.
Yeah. I did the banana phone and afterwards I was thinking, it's like, why do we do that?
Yeah.
Like, why did I just stand on a stage to have people fling insults at me?
Yeah.
Like, why did I do that?
I remember I was there
Yeah.
for that.
Mhm.
Because I was watching that, and the only thing I kept thinking of during that time is, where's the good jokes? Because it was all the same shit.
It was all this,
You know?
yeah. Okay, I'm old,
Right.
cougar shit.
Yeah. Already heard it a million times.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's like,
There was one funny one. I mean, someone said I look like handsome Squidward, and, and so I had to look him up, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
like, I get it, but I'm like, at the same time, I don't.
Yes, it's a jaw. I don't know.
Right? It's like something. It's just some accented
Mhm.
features there.
Yeah.
But so like, what kind of other avenues do you go down to explore as a comedian?
Well, I've started dipping my toe in producing shows, which
Really?
yeah, I can't really brag about too much yet because I did a show in Iowa in my hometown, and that was so much fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a big theater. It was like a 500-seat theater, and I got Charlie Mack to come and
Oh, nice.
Sancho to come. I tried to pick comedians that anyone who watches Kill Tony would know who they were.
Sure.
And it was so fun. The problem is that there was a country music concert the next town over, so It wasn't a huge.
It was dead.
Yeah. It wasn't a huge ticket seller, but I still had so much fun. It's like I did this. I put this on. So,
oh, that sounds so cool.
So I want to do more of that. I want to take comedians from Austin and bring them to the Midwest, and I want to, because these mid-sized towns in the Midwest don't have a lot of live comedy, so
so it's kind of an untapped market there,
and they're such good audiences.
Yeah,
they love it.
They probably like really want that kind of release, that just like laughter, the release of laughter.
Yeah, you do comedy in a large city like especially Austin, where there's a comedy show on every corner.
Mm-hmm.
The audiences are kind of like, okay, make me laugh, funny boy, Whereas you go to a town where there hasn't been a live comedy show there ever. They're so excited.
Yeah.
And, which audience would you rather perform in front of? I'd rather be in front of these people that are just hungry for comedy.
Yeah, just super enthusiastic and ready to laugh. You know, that seems like a whole winning thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these places, even a lot of these bigger cities that are coming up, with comedy as a new thing, seem to be more like the crowd is like, okay, impress me.
It
has to impress me, And so they come in there with an expectation that's almost higher. Have you observed that as well?
I have. Like, back when I was touring more with Moms Unhinged, like I remember one time we did Kansas and we went to Topeka, which, it's a smaller town, and the audience was amazing. And then the next night we went to Kansas City, and it was that they're like, it's comedy, whatever.
Right.
So.
You didn't really make me laugh the way I wanted to.
Right.
You're not like Shane Gillis.
Exactly. Like, he'll be here next week. So.
Yeah. This tickets were only $10.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's the truth though. It is kind of like, they are like that. And I noticed it a lot in places that are growing. It's like, because I think that there's sort of, how do you say, like, okay, how like you get into something new and you just obsess over it for a little while. I feel like a city will go through that when they grow in comedy.
Yeah.
So now all these comedy clubs are open, and then the people will go, and they'll just keep going and going and going, and not realizing that they're like kind of, they're turning into that.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder on you as a comedian because now you have to be really good.
Yes.
You have to be like on.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that what I've noticed too is, there are some terrible comedians who will get up there, and then I always worry that the audience thinks, oh, is this what comedy is?
Right.
It's bring your A game if you are actually getting in front of real people.
Yeah, exactly.
So they'll come back to another show in the future.
Yeah. So being like kind of like, I guess like an older in age comedian, like what's your perspective on this, this younger kind of community?
Yeah. Well, I started comedy at 50 and I wish I would have started in my 20s. I had no idea you could do comedy back then. But I feel because I'm older and I've been married and divorced and I've been a single mom and I've had a career and, I've had parent deaths and, lots of shit happen in my life. I feel like my well of comedy material is so much deeper than, this guy who's talking about jacking off.
Yeah. Yeah. The more life experience.
Yeah.
And there is something to that. Do you have like any kind of like, I think, serious drawbacks, I guess, to being that way? Or
yeah. It is. I always feel really uncomfortable at the mics because everyone's just young and cool, and I always feel like I'm standing in the corner with my purse with my polyester pantsuit, like, okay, you kids.
Yeah. So do you think that you do that to yourself?
I totally do. Yeah, I totally do. Yeah, so it's just a mindset, I guess.
Yeah, it's a mindset. But they're like they've been pretty accepting of you.
Yeah. When and I'm pretty introverted. I'm actually a pretty shy person. So, and I think most comedians are. I mean, we're all awkward. So, going up and making small talk with someone, and what do I make small talk, with to a 23-year-old kid? I don't know. I just.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like, putting yourself back in their shoes.
Yeah.
And just being like, where were you at back then? And, and I guess just relating to them on that level, I suppose. Because I know what you mean, though. Because there's a lot of like younger comedians who, I guess, like they'll talk to me and or they'll ask me a lot of questions, like, and I try to tell them, I'm like, I'm not a guru in this, man. I don't know. Like, like some of them I've met have been in it a long time, but just because of my age, because I'm just that much older than they are, they tend to kind of like
just assume that you're
just assume. Do you experience anything like that?
A little, but not really. I'm a woman, so I don't think I get it as much.
That's been said on here quite a bit. Like women in comedy, they have a much different perspective than like the male community and everything. For example, like nobody would ever call me like whatever the male equivalent of a cougar is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Nobody would ever say that about me.
And I made the mistake of my last Kill Tony appearance. I made the mistake of screen recording the chat that happens as the episode drops when I got up there, and that's where all the meanest things are said. Yeah. And as soon as I appeared on the stage, it was gremlin, gargoyle. Look at her arms, she
really,
just like tearing my physical appearance apart. And they wouldn't do that to a man. So unless he really looked weird. I mean, maybe I look weird, but just
It's that's terrible, and it's also very not true. By the way, just letting you know,
not a gremlin or a gargoyle.
No, I'd be like, it'd be kind of weird, but I'll be like, can I see your wings? Like, I'll be like, I just got off the bell tower over there too, But no, it is kind of ridiculous, but it has its certain challenges. Like you have like a little bit more stacked against you.
Yeah, I have to look fuckable, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but men don't have to. So
no, we all look the same. We got our shirts on and pants, and that's it. And you go. But like for women, it's like it is a different thing. And the reason why I say that is because enough women have been on here, and they all said the same thing. It seems like just it's a challenge. It's challenging, which is unfortunate. It shouldn't be, because this is an art form.
Right. But, you have to have thick skin in order to do this. It's just part of it.
Does those kind of challenges affect your goals in comedy?
Not really. I think the thing that you have to, like, there are so many layers to becoming a good comedian. Of course, you have to know how joke structure works and timing. And, all of your stage presence. But then the next layer to that is you have to know what your persona is. I have this filter system where I start with a really crappy, cheap spiral notebook. And that's where I, start writing down all my ideas. And then I transfer that to my next notebook, which is a little nicer. And I cut all the garbage out. And then I have about 5 notebooks that I just keep transferring the same joke to until it's show worthy. It's in a little notebook that I can take with me.
Yeah.
And that way it's just because, with jokes, you need to cut out all the fat. So it's like I just filter it down instead of, and I started doing that because I didn't want to write my crappy ideas in my nice notebook. So just kind of,
And I love that. I love that, that process, because I remember telling you that, I got a bunch of notebooks lying around, all over the place, and I always rewrite my jokes in whatever notebook I happen to be working on that time. So I really love it. So do you have a stage book that you just all right, this is my notebook, you make it to the stage?
Yes. Yeah. And it's like this big. Yeah. And I actually went on Amazon and got a pack of notebooks that big, and and they're all different colors. And I, at first when I got them, I was like, I'm going to write the month on it, so I know I was all organized. But
Yeah.
that's gone out the window. But at least I have like something small enough that I can just look at. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you also buy pens too? Because I buy like pens that I like to write.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, like this is one of them.
yeah, nice one,
It just
nice pen.
just basic black pen, but it's got like it just writes really nice.
Yeah,
But do you do that too with your
I
notebooks?
do. Well, I have pens from like certain comedy clubs that I write with too, and that just
Oh,
makes me feel
neat.
special. Like I have a couple pens from the Comedy Works in Denver, and
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
I'm writing comedy with my comedy pen.
That is
So,
really cool.
yeah.
That's like an immersive experience.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
whole
I'm gonna
thing.
be really sad when those dry out. But
Oh, you should be able to just get like a little a cartridge for it, I guess, huh?
I probably could.
You think?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's-
We'll call it Bic. Hey, Bic. Or Pilot.
yeah. Or I could go back to the Comedy Works in Denver and just steal more pens, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. When you so like what needs to happen for your for you to get your comedic gears going for it to make a notebook a period?
That's so funny. Because I try to force myself to sit down and write,
Yeah.
and I have way too much ADHD to do that. But I've noticed, like, if I'm cooking or cleaning or, doing anything else,
Mhm.
if I'm also working a joke out,
Yeah.
it just comes like that. It just, and I'm like, oh, that's good. And I walk over to the counter and write down what I was just thinking. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, this is making me remember what we were talking about before.
Uh-huh.
So to the listeners, we had a little technical difficulty. So there's a clip. But anyway, we were talking about before because he got into conversations.
Oh, yeah.
You were speaking about,
Yeah.
the natural state of conversations
Yeah.
and everything. And then you said that you got it from like work,
Yeah.
right? Being a hairdresser.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you were saying that you'll work out a joke with a friend and like slip different jokes into the conversation. And I do that when I'm doing hair too.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is, you get to hear what their response is. And that,
Mhm.
that either gives you a good tagline if they're a funny person, or it tells you like what the audience would probably be thinking when you told that joke.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice to know what they would be thinking, because then you can say the opposite and make it funny.
Yeah.
Surprise them.
Oh yeah, and that's the way I like to do it because it's so engaging,
Mhm.
But you were speaking a second ago like about opening up just a book and sitting there and just trying to have a discipline of
Yeah.
writing. And I can't do that either.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time
Oh
with
my
doing that.
gosh. Yeah. Writer's block.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
I can't pull from anywhere because of that. And,
Yeah.
I almost don't even know like. I just like, oh, what the fuck? What do I write about?
I know. Yeah.
You got this whole life ahead of you, and you're like, what do I
Yeah.
write about?
It's like when you're in the shower, the best ideas come, or it's like
Yeah.
when your mind is not forcing itself, it's starting to cramp. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny you mentioned the shower thing because I just learned like what shower thoughts were.
Uh-huh.
Because for the longest time I was like, "What the fuck's that?" Like I'd never heard that, but I guess it's like little
Yeah.
epiphanies
Yeah.
that will happen.
Yeah.
Have you had like any cool shower thoughts lately?
None come to mind,
No?
but yeah, it's. I've heard it's because of the water. I mean, the white noise probably, and you're distracted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, water has some sort of energetic thing to it. But
Oh,
yeah,
no way!
yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Are you like one of those like
I'm
crystals
a
people?
little woo woo. I
Little
am.
woo-woo?
Yeah.
No, that's good though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine, like, because we just went on like this long hike,
Mm-hmm.
and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, just bring back a rock." Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then went and stayed in like this nice little like refuge place. We met this African guy and he had like these crazy rocks. And I'm not like a rock guy,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, I gotta have those rocks, But do you feel like they have like healing powers and all that good stuff?
You mean like crystals or?
Yeah.
I will use anything that I can. My algorithm on Instagram and TikTok is starting to get a little witchy.
Oh, okay.
So,
Hell yeah.
and anytime there's a woman on there talking about a spell for success, or so yeah, I have little jars around my apartment that have like rice and salt and then a name inside of it and a little cinnamon on top of it, or
Oh yeah, that's some voodoo right there.
yeah, a little voodoo.
Little
Yeah.
voodoo. Is that voodoo that you do?
Yeah.
I grew up with that. My mom, when we got a fever, she used to put onions in our salads.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like,
Did it work?
No.
Oh.
No. Like
It probably would have worked if you would have believed it worked.
Maybe. I felt like she was just marinating us.
Yeah.
Like she was just trying to get us like good so she could throw us in the pot.
Yeah, you're like Bugs Bunny. Awesome, Peppa.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, so we had like weird things like that we used to do and everything. And I keep trying to pull stuff like that into my comedy. But I'm like, sometimes I just can't sit down and write it. I have to, it has to come like a conversation.
It does. It's funny because you can come up with a premise and it's like, how do I get this into a joke?
Yeah.
I can't force it. It's so hard to force it.
Mm-hmm. Are there any jokes that work better for you than others?
You mean like topics or?
Sure. Yeah. Topics.
I feel like there's an evolution when you first start doing comedy. Everybody starts off dirty, and the sex jokes are so easy to write. And most of my material for the past couple of years have been menopause and chasing young men and just crap like that. And it's like I need to start elevating a little bit more. So yeah.
To what? Like
actually I have a lot of interesting things happening in my family right now. My dad is 86 and he had a kid when he was 60. So I have a brother that's 30 years younger than me.
No way.
And my dad's wife was 4 years older than me, and she just died. So I've been going back to Iowa and, helping them, cleaning their house and just, being there for my dad, which we haven't had a great relationship for 26 years because he had another family. And so anyways, I've been wanting to like write material around that because I'm sure I'm not the only person who's, I'm a woman in my 50s with daddy issues. There's got to be something funny there.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole, getting to the age where you're taking care of your parents. And so I know there's stuff there to write about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like, having daddy issues as a mommy.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a little old for daddy issues.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like I'm healing my daddy issues finally. So, yeah.
I kind of like in sort of like the same like realm of like, family, I started writing with my mom because she had me at a young age, and I almost went into like a level of absurdity, because I tried to go to the high school that she went to. And so what I wrote was, I was like, oh yeah, my mom had me at 17. She was real young. I actually tried to go to the same school, or actually went to the same school as she did. We were in the same grade. She cared a lot about my grades because she was cheating off my papers.
Yeah, there's something there. There's a lot there. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just kind of just throwing ideas, just like whatever. Like, just fly fishing.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how jokes evolve over time. I'll write a joke, and it's usually after a show, and I'm driving home. I think about how I could write that joke better. And then it just evolves.
Yeah. It is the performance thing where you get up there and you think, and like, you just kind of like play it out. You just see the reaction and you're able to almost jot notes, like show notes.
Yeah.
You ever do anything like that? Like you ever actually write it down? Or?
I'm terrible. Everyone says you're supposed to record your sets and watch them back. And I never do. But I do just think about them on the way home, and then I get home and, rewrite the joke or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have recorded mine, to try to do the social media thing, but I feel like that's really just me recording mediocre stuff.
Yeah.
It's not very funny. You're watching me work on things.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not going to get it. It's not. You're not going to see. But what you are going to see is like the grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
of getting up there and
Yes.
working out a joke.
I actually had a friend send me this reel once, and I wish I could remember who the comedian was, but he put together a compilation of the same joke being rewritten from its origin all the way until it was perfect. And like every time he told it, you know, it's probably a 3-minute video, but it was just amazing to watch like this same joke get better and better throughout time.
That sounds like Mark Normand.
Was it him?
That sounds like because I remember he did that. He put one out like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was.
And he's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's great. He's just he's from New Orleans too. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know? And so he's from New Orleans too. And so it's kind of cool to see like somebody from like our neck of the woods, like, you know, out there like doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I know that Jeff Foxworthy also did something similar like that too. You know, he was like, yeah, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to show everybody what it takes to just write down a joke from thought to stage, you know.
That's a pretty good impression. Whatever happened to him? Is he around or?
I think so. I think he's still doing things.
Is he?
You know, but I think it's just obviously like much smaller, you know, scale. But
old.
But yeah, he, he's great. You know, what was it? You know, so I know Bill Engvall was the Here's Your Sign. But Jeff Foxworthy was, he might be a redneck.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and those jokes were so
They
fun.
were. I mean, that was pretty brilliant for the time.
Yeah. It really was. You know, on the original, it was like the Kings of Comedy, but they had what was it? With you know, Ron White.
Yes, I can't think of it either.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Is it Blue Collar Comedy or something like that?
I think that was literally it. I think
Was
it was Blue Collar Comedy Tour. I think that's what it was. But that was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, Ron White had like one of my favorite jokes when he's talking about like he was riding in such a small plane he got passed up by a kite. I was like, man, it's just the way that he said it, because if I say it, it's not going to be that funny.
Yeah,
you know,
it's all about timing and their cadence and
So you get your jokes just from just normal conversation.
Normal life.
Life.
I talk about myself all the time. I'm not an observational comedian. It's all about me the whole time. Just, you know, self-deprecating. This is what it's like to be in your 50s and a single mom and dealing with, you know, an aging body and, you know, so, yeah.
But you're like, do you ever think that might be because you mentioned earlier that you're an introvert? Do you think that's the reason why you tend to focus inward so much?
Maybe. I never thought about that, but maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm narcissistic. I don't know.
Oh, no, I don't think you're narcissistic.
Yeah. Well,
you know?
Most narcissists would never call themselves a narcissist, so that proves I'm not a narcissist.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Whoa, psychology. No, it's. I think you know, you seem to have, you know, at least a little empathy. You know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I cry if a kitten dies.
You know, even if you didn't know about it, you know, you just shed a tear just in case.
Yeah. I'm not a narcissist. Let me cry.
Right. I'm just gonna cry. You know, I read somewhere too that like people with ADHD, they tend to cry a lot, and it almost brought me to tears.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was just like, so true. So true. Like, I don't know why, but I like to cry. You know, I do. It's just weird. You just drive home, and all of a sudden I just be like.
I only do that if I'm listening to country music and driving home.
Oh yeah, is there a song that like gets you?
You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back.
Who's that?
I think it's Trace Atkins. I think
Trace Atkins. Okay.
I think it's about raising your kids, and you know, and they're little, and it's like you know,
oh yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah.
Anything having to do with children, you're like,
these little bastards, I can't stand them. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back.
Of the country songs that get me, I think it's Zach Brown Band, the Colder Weather. Mm-hmm. God, that song.
That is a good song.
That's such an amazing song. Like, I don't know I'm like, how do you capture winter like that in a song?
Huh.
You know?
It's poetry.
It is. It's poetry. It's insane, you know?
Yeah.
As I kind of think of, and I think that we spoke about this actually the last episode, was I was kind of maybe mentioning to you, I hope that was you, but yeah, I was mentioning how like I write jokes like I write songs.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I put the rhythm
Yes.
to the cadence.
Yes.
There's a cadence to it that I try to
Mhm.
have.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of like tips or tricks like that you incorporate?
I've heard that before. I've had other comedians tell me that. And I don't really. But I always think about memorizing jokes is a lot like memorizing a song.
Yeah.
Because I love to sing, and it's like if I can remember a 3.5-minute song, I can remember a 3.5-minute joke.
Yeah.
So and I guess it would be kind of in a cadence, just like a song. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you put like little reminders for yourself in your joke notebook?
I will. Yeah, I'll have like a little list.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, first I'm gonna talk about fucking a baby, and then I'm gonna talk about my front butt, and then
Your front butt.
yeah.
I've never heard that before. Your front butt. Man, I was like, is that what that is? Oh my gosh. Have you ever felt like comedians were given opportunities that maybe you should have had? Is that bad again?
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out how to word this so I don't sound like an asshole.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Just let it out.
An asshole. Okay, well, here, I'll go into divulging some personal information. I have a roommate, and she's a trans Black Hawk pilot, and I love her. She's amazing, but it's hard to live with someone who shares such amazing news every single day. Like we're standing in the kitchen. She's like, "Oh my God, I just got offered a 45-minute set in Houston. Oh my God, Joe Rogan knows my name. I'm doing a podcast with David Lucas, and we're fishing." And it's
wow.
like, I'm like, that's great.
I know what you mean.
Congratulations.
That roommate of yours is
Yeah.
very like
She is a go-getter, man.
yeah.
She's
tenacious.
killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy. It
But
seems like
yeah.
so I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's really cool to see it sitting on the front row.
Yeah.
But it's also like I don't have any, like Joe Rogan doesn't know my name.
Right.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you actually said it before, like you mentioned about like how it's like on one hand you have you want to support your friends.
Yeah.
But on the other hand you're kind of like,
Yeah.
damn.
It's hard not to feel a reflection, like, what am I doing? That's, but, and we've had conversations about this, and she's like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like, make you feel bad. And I'm like, I don't want you to dim your light to make me feel comfortable.
That's very nice of you.
Well,
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're not a narcissist.
Oh.
Imagine if you were like, yeah, bitch.
Let's fight. Could you imagine if I got in a fight with her? Oh, I would be pummeled.
Me too.
She's got some guns, man.
Yeah, like, and not just on a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's insane. But
I have to remind myself that we're in two different lanes.
we're in two different lanes. Yes.
Yeah. And her audience is definitely not my audience.
It's
And
true.
my audience is definitely not her audience.
Yeah.
So and I have to remind myself that we are building two separate comedy careers.
That's right.
And her focus is really to get to know famous people, and she's doing amazing at doing that. I mean, she's got direct cell phone numbers and texting with some big people.
Sure.
And scheduling coffee dates with some big comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And, I get excited if I get to go to Poke the Bear, which is still good.
Sure. Yeah.
And she'll try to make me feel better. And she's like, but someone recognized you at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
It's the same. Someone recognizing me at Walmart and you having coffee with, a headliner at the mothership. They're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same and
Yeah.
everything. And which is kind of funny
Yeah.
because it's sort of like, it's you understand that they're being nice, you understand that,
Mhm.
but they're also mentioning things that are very important to them
Yeah.
and they're sharing it because it's important to
Yeah.
them. They want to share it with you. They want
Right.
that to be important to you.
Yeah. And
So I guess like
yeah, and I wanna be her cheerleader.
sure.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
But what you mentioned earlier or just a second ago
Mhm.
about how you know, like basically like it's like finding what's important to you,
Mhm.
and how you said that your audiences differ and everything. And it's like, do you want to be a talk show host?
I do not.
You know
And,
what I mean?
it's like my goals are, to build a following, and I know who my following is. It's the Midwest people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when I look at my algorithm, and I look at, like, who my followers are, they're middle-aged men from the Midwest. That's who most of my followers are.
Mhm.
We're in two different lanes. It's like,
Mhm.
she's meeting famous people, and I'm trying to build a fan base. I'm focusing more on the people who follow me.
Yeah.
And when I look on my social medias, I see that they're mostly people from the Midwest,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to focus on getting them, doing comedy for them.
Yeah.
So if along the way, I become friends with someone famous, it probably will be Joe, who's someone famous that I'm friends with. But, that's great. But it's more about, having a following and doing comedy for the people who want to come buy tickets to see me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm focusing on.
And that's a good focus to have,
Mhm.
especially like when you kind of learn, who exactly you're performing for. It
Yeah.
makes your comedic performances much better because you know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of watching your friends and being supportive of your friends. It's like, like, yeah, there is a part of you that goes like, damn, like I wish I were there.
Yeah.
But then there's a part of you that's like, but that's not the direction that I'm going in.
Right.
And that's okay. And in being okay with that and
Yeah.
in making you yourself, it's like that's when you really boil it all down, that's like exactly what stand-up is.
Yeah.
And that's, your perspective. And you gain people from how they share your perspective,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's an interesting journey. And 2 years ago, if you would have told me that I would be living in Austin with a trans comedian
Mhm.
who flew Black Hawk helicopters,
Yeah.
I would have said, "What type of crack are you smoking?" Because
Yeah.
that doesn't seem right. But
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. It is a journey,
Yeah.
And that's like, that's something that I didn't think of really until I really got into it. That's when I really saw what stand-up was. When I used to watch Comedy Central and things like that, I would just be like, man, there's these cool people saying cool shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, there's so much work,
Yes.
and there's so many elements.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about going up on stage, and just saying whatever. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot behind it.
There really is.
Yeah.
And there's so many nuances to it.
Yeah.
It's a crazy little industry.
It is. It is. And it's always moving and always shifting. And, you're kind of learning and going with it too. And,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, and there is some, when I see your beloved Black Hawk helicopter roommate, whom I've had on this episode or who I've had on the show myself,
Yeah.
because of you, actually,
Yeah.
It's like when I see that and I see the people who are being tenacious out there and chasing the dream and everything, it makes me like, proud to be a part of the same realm,
Yeah.
a part of the same thing,
Yeah.
Case in point, like I met a couple years ago at Creek, I think for the first time I met Cam Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I was there. He did a set, and then got to hang with him a few times. Not enough to say he's a friend or nothing like that, but just a few times, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He goes to SNL.
That's the cool thing about being in Austin, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You just never know, like, who you're at a club with is going to pop off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want to be the guy who's going to make it, or do you want to be the person to do it?
Yeah.
But all that does is just inspire you to next time you get on stage is do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in my mid-50s, so I mean, I could be doing this for a while. I'm not sure, but someday, my grandkids are going to be like, my grandma knew so-and-so, and,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And the other thing is that footage, just watching you on stage and everything.
Yeah.
God, that's going to be badass.
I know. That'll be weird, won't it?
Because I think about, like, if I ever looked at my grandmama, and she used to do, like, shows too, but, like, it was different. Like, she kind of, I can't describe them, but it was like she was, like, in this club or something with a bunch of these, like, older ladies.
Yeah.
And they did plays every year. So every year,
That's cool.
all the grandkids, everybody would get together, and we would go and just be a part of, like, this party where they would just do these plays. And I still don't understand it. But I remember now, I look back at it and I'm like, okay, that was kind of badass.
Yeah. How cool that you got to see your grandma do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have grandkids, by the way, but my future grandkids. But
Yeah.
they're going to be, telling their friends about their grandma's dry vagina. And it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, they're going to be like, huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if she ever fixed that. That's not how that works. Man, well, is there anything that you would like to put out? We're pretty much wrapping it up now.
Yeah. Let's see. I did secure a venue in South Austin to start producing shows. So
Really?
yeah.
Where's this venue?
It's called the Regal Room, and it's
Regal Room.
Yeah. It's a black box, like 160 to 200 seat venue that usually does live music, but they're excited about doing comedy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I haven't gotten a date yet because I need to find a good headliner.
So we're gonna have to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, for September, but October 4th, I'm doing a show with Donna Lee and another female comedian from Michigan named Robin Gillerman. And
okay.
And I'm trying to figure out a theme for that show because Donna Lee and I look so much alike, and then Robin Gillerman looks like us as well. So I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, for 3
It's in
October. October 4th, yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh.
Yeah, the three witches.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I know they don't look alike, but there's maybe something in that realm there.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's a good idea. I never thought about doing, like, Halloween themed. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Witchy, maybe, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably some in there. I don't know. It's like, we'll have to see.
I thought about naming it if I did it was Donna. But
oh, Donna.
Yeah.
Donna Lee, man. She's so funny.
She is, yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because everyone would come up to me and say they, met me at another show, and I'm like, you're talking about Donna Lee. You didn't meet me.
Oh, you can see that?
Yeah. And recently she went and signed up for Kill Tony, and I wasn't there, and everyone came up to her and they were like, great episode. She's like, no, that was Kimberly. And I'm like, yes, I'm so glad it happens to you too, not just me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, well, Kimberly, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I love having you on. And I love that this is like part 2 for you. This is great.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your patience dealing with that technical difficulty.
Yeah, you gave me free coffee, so I'll do a lot for free coffee.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to have you back on again.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. And that is it. That is a wrap. Adios.